just take a few minutes to introduce Ron. So Ron was actually born and raised in Okmulgee, Oklahoma. He graduated from Okmulgee High School and studied at Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College in Miami, Oklahoma, and Langston University. He is very passionate, has a great desire to educate on the genealogy and history of the Dawes Commission and the 5 civilized tribes, especially the Muscogee Creek Nation. Here is Ron Graham.
Good morning, you all. Y'all enjoying yourself so far? Yes. What I want to start with today, right now, is a little bit of history, okay? And this history is about me growing up. And I always hearing Oklahoma was going to be a black state. How many of you heard of that? Never. I've heard of it. And I said, well, there's got to be some type of documentation out there. And so there is. Wait a minute. Okay. Well, let's just do this. I'm the chairman of the Muscogee Creek Freedmen Coalition in Okmulgee, Oklahoma. I'm just giving you the genealogy history of Indian Territory in Oklahoma about the Muscogee Creek Freedmen citizenship. But it's actually based on all citizenship. Okay. Next. Territory of Lincoln. How many of you all heard of this? Territory of Lincoln. Okay. You know where the Territory of Lincoln was going to be? You're sitting there. This state was going to be called Territory of Lincoln right after the Civil War, during Reconstruction. Okay. And it was a House bill in 1866 and in 1867. Okay. And then it was reintroduced in 1867, HR Bill 647 in 86. Okay. This was in this bill right here. It pinpointed Oklahoma at that time was called Indian Territory. Indian Territory. They didn't know, they being the people in Washington, senators and House of Representatives, they didn't know what to call this state. So they were going to name it after Abraham Lincoln. He was just assassinated. So to represent him, they would say, okay, let's name this state Territory of Lincoln. Okay? Next. This is when it was proposed, June 9th, 1866, and later June 30th, 1867. Okay. And like I stated, in 1867. Okay. Okay. And as you see, it tells the boundaries of where this Territory of Lincoln was going to be, right here in Indian Territory. Okay. That's just a black and white copy of this. And right here is Lincoln, where Oklahoma is at. This is a replica printing of that map right here. This map was introduced in that proposal. Y'all bear with me, okay? I'm gonna get to genealogy. Okay. That's just a bigger print of it. Okay. And in this proposal, section 2, it states that the executive power and authority in and over said shall be vested in the government who shall be American citizen of African descent. Okay, next. Again, there should be a secretary of said territory who shall be an American citizen of African descent. How many have heard of this proposal? But this is where the concept of Oklahoma was going to be a black state. This is it. It is well documented in Washington. Well documented. Okay. Again, it talks about legislation, power. The House of Representatives shall be an American citizen. Shall be an American citizen of African descent. But this right here is talking about, yeah, go to the next one. Yes. every male American citizen shall have a right to vote. That's in Section 5. Okay. This is the one I like. That the judicial power of said territory shall be vested in a Supreme Court, District Court, Probate Court, and in justice of peace. The judges of all said courts shall be an American citizen of African descent. Why is it even worded like that? Why is it worded American citizen of African descent? I will explain to that later on. Okay. Section 10 also, you have to be an American citizen of African descent. Again, there should be a marshal of the territory appointed who shall be an American citizen of African descent. I want you guys to think about why is that worded like that? An American citizen of African descent. Okay. Indian Territory, Oklahoma, and all black states, territory of Lincoln. That's where Oklahoma was going to be a black state, okay? Because at that time, the Native Americans, Indians, they were regarded as colored, okay? If you weren't white, you were colored. That's it. It was that simple, okay? Okay. That is that's the actual map, the copy of the map. This is that map right here. Copy. I've got this from Washington, D.C. Excellent copy. Okay. That's it right there, territory of Lincoln. Okay. As you know, the history, that did not pass. This, of course, did not pass. Just think. This is Black Wall Street, this area right here, Greenwood. We had this little section right here. Just think we'd have had a state. Oh wow. What would that state would have turned out to be? Okay? All right. And he wanted to concept. E.P. McCabe, founder of Langston, led the way to several all-black communities in what would be called Indian and Oklahoma territory. Okay. However, what happened to the ex-slaves, the freedmen of Indian territory, the Cherokee, Seminoles, Creek, Choctaw, and Chickasaw? Only the Choctaw Nation refused to admission to the freedmen by act of its legislation dated October 22nd, 1885. Okay. I don't know if that's going. Okay. Sis, are we in Creek Nation? Where are we located? I believe this is the Creek Nation. This Cherokee Nation?
No,
Where's Rudisill? Where's Rudisill Library?
this is Creek.
Is it this way or that way?
That way. This is Creek.
This is Creek Nation.
This is Creek Nation.
Okay, this is Creek. Because that highway divides the Cherokee and Creek. Okay? So I'm kind of lost my sense of direction. Where's the highway? Where's 244?
The highway
Where's 44?
right there.
Well, you all lost y'all so directions.
It's right there. Right there. This is Creek.
This is the Cooley District, part of it.
That's right.
This is Creek.
Okay.
Cherokee.
No, it's Creek.
Okay. Okay. Let's go. Let's move forward. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's move forward.
That was divided line.
Folks, if you don't have a handout, get a handout, because I want you all to know something. This is how we've been talking about the Creek citizens, Creek freedmen and by blood. This is how the Creek freedmen got their citizenship. It talks of the people of African descent. You know what? Back then, how did our ancestors become U.S. citizens? Do you know how your ancestors who all know how your ancestors became U.S. citizens? Do anybody know?
They were right over here in the belly of the slave ship.
No, I mean we were property. We were sold as chattel slaves. Period. Okay, but how did our ancestors become U.S. citizens?
Oh, there was a question over you.
Oh,
After the emancipation.
that's right. After the emancipation, and then what else happened after that?
It wasn't 2 years.
Okay, the emancipation made us from slavery to American. But what else gave us the right to vote? It was laws. Laws is what gave us a right to vote. Laws is what gave us citizenship to be an American citizen. Laws is what gave us, if you're a Creek freedman, Cherokee, Choctaw, Choctaw, what else? Seminole. It was laws. And what made us citizens is this treaty is Article 2 of the Treaty of 1866 for the Creek Nation. And that right there is equivalent. That's one of the handouts. It's equivalent to the citizenship. If you were in the Creek Nation, you got citizenship through Article 2. If you're an American citizen, you got American citizenship through the amendments, 13th, 14th, and 15th amendments. If you look side by side, they're equivalent. Okay, that's why I wanted that as a handout. Okay.
Do you by any chance have the map?
Excuse me.
Do you have the map as a handout by any chance?
Well, those. Let me say right now, those are $10 actually. If you want a map,
I do want one.
you can have one. They're $10 though.
When we finish.
Better word.
The Dawes Commission. Who's heard of the Dawes Commission? I believe that's why everybody's here. Folks are trying to find their Indian heritage. And if you do not have a handout, and that will show you exactly how to find an ancestor that is on the Dawes Commission. Okay? Okay. Kent Carter, who wrote that book that you just showed, it talks about blood degree. Yes.
Yeah, I just want to let you know there's an app now where you can actually put in the actual address and it tells you who's territory. This is actually Cherokee Nation territory.
I heard of that. Boy, how you doing? I'm glad to see you. Hadn't seen you in a while. Next. Excuse me. Yes, they're coming. Yes. If you want to get enrolled in the tribes right now, it is vital that you have your blood quantum, something that's called a blood quantum, except for the Cherokees and the Seminoles. They are still accepting freedmen without a blood quantum, okay, such as the freedmen, all right?
I had a question in reference to the bloodline.
Yeah.
Say, great passed away. Seemed like that bloodline would either boost it up or something. You know what I mean? It just stays the same. You know?
No, if a great grandfather with full blood, it just cuts down 1/2.
Mhm.
1/2, 1/4, 1/8, 1/16, 1/32. I've seen a card that's 1/400 and something. I couldn't believe it. But that bloodline stays there. Okay, it's still there. Okay. Go. Okay, in cases of mixed freedmen and Indian parents, which was common among the Creeks and Seminoles, the applicant was always enrolled as a freedman and not giving credit for having any Indian blood.
That wasn't right.
That's in that Dawes Commission book. How do we solve that? Is through genealogy, what they've been talking about this morning. Okay. And that's a handout. This part right here is a handout. Do you all have that? That's a handout. Okay. And it starts with a pedigree chart. This is my pedigree chart. Simply starts with your name. They good question. I mean, ask questions of your siblings, your aunt, uncle, whoever, grandparents, and see how much information you can get from them. Then it starts with going to the census. I call this search and research. Okay, you gotta talk to your folks, search and see what's going on. Write it down. Make sure it's documented. And this would be the best way to document it. A pedigree chart. They talked about that this morning. Okay. Next. This is my dad. That he was real easy to find because my dad was born in 1902. So all I had to do was look at the 1910 census and find my dad on there. And on here it states, it gives all the information. My dad, the siblings, his mother and father, even the race right here. But although he's listed as an Indian, he was down as a freedman. Okay. Oh, no. This is my dad's grandfather. This said a lot. He was married to, this is his wife, Amelia. She's 70 years old. And I know he's older than her. So again, it gives you where he was from, race, everything. It's so much information. I know he's from Alabama. At that time, I knew, okay, if he's from Alabama, how did he get to Oklahoma? Who've all heard of the Trail of Tears?
Yeah.
Okay, he came on the Trail of Tears. And it's documented also in a census. Parsons and Abbott. Parsons and Abbott census. It's got it documented for the Creeks who came on the Trail of Tears. Parsons and Abbott. Yeah. Next. This is an actual look at the 1910 census right here. Okay. Although they are on the Indian population census, only in 1900 and 1910, the United States made a census specifically for Indians. And as you can see up top, it says 13 census of the United States, 1910 Indian population. Okay? And this is vital. It gives so much information right there. And you can follow this. You can follow all of this. At the top, it has Floyd Graham. He was the head, but they have him as black right here. But the rest of them is down as Indians in this column. Okay? It tells you where they were born, where the father was born, where the mother was born. So follow that information. That census is going to talk to you. All right? It's going to talk to you. Now what's out, you have the 1950 census out, and you can find someone on the 1950 and follow them back. Follow that name all the way back where it leads you. Okay. That's the bottom part of that census that I showed you. It showed as down as Creek. The dad was Negro, and then it has Creek right there. Okay. Oh, this is an index to my dad's census card. So I did find him on the rolls. I did find my dad on the roll. The census index. Okay. This is the actual card. My dad did not have a birth certificate. He didn't have it because he was born in 1902. When did Oklahoma become a state? Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, there may be a quiz, maybe a test, so it's going to be all right, though. Yeah, I'm going to do the best I can to sharpen you all up. This is a census card. When you do your research, this is what's going to pop up. If your ancestors had a roll number, and from there, Look at all this information. That is his actual roll number, 671. And always remember, a roll number is equivalent to a Social Security number. It's same thing, okay? To me, this is right here is the first Social Security numbers, but they call them roll numbers. And so how you do this is just go from Theodore Graham. It doesn't show his blood. The father was a non-citizen. The mother's name, and even have her roll number. Now we got something to go with, okay? You want to follow whatever those documents take you. That's all you got to do. Read those documents, see where it's going, because there's a lot of information. Okay, that's the mother's roll number. Now we're going to see her roll number and see where it leads us. Okay. Okay, go back. I forgot to say it. No,
This one?
no, go back. Where,
The actual document, the one you just finished looking at.
yeah, that one. Okay, you see that number? It says card number 365. There's more information you can get from that card number. Okay, there's a lot of research. We have the Freedmen, the Indian tribes here in the 5 civilized tribes have some of the best records, and we just got to utilize everything that they got. Okay, go. Now in that, wait a minute. No, that's not right. Go. Okay, go to the next one. Okay, it's not on there. But this is Creasy Graham. Remember I said her roll number was 944? From now, so just by looking at these cards, you went from my dad, roll number 671. Now we're going to his mother, 944. And they're listed on the Freedman roll because it says Creek Nation Freedman roll. If they were Choctaw, Cherokee, it would say Cherokee Nation Freedman roll. Okay? And right here is a lot of information. Right in here. Okay. For the Freedmen, there's 2 pages, front page, back page. This is the back page. You go with at the top, line 1. It says name of father, what town he's from, tribal town, name of father's owner. It says name of mother. Read everything you can, all the information. Read as much as you can. Okay. So we're going to see if they have a roll number. Go to the next one. Their names is Joe Hutton and Amelia Hutton. That's how you read these cards. Line 1, line 2, line 3. And that's how you do that. All right. Again, there's a lot of information in here. Well, we're going to go from here to here, and at least there's a Joe Hutton and Amelia Hutton. And this is an index to their card. All right. Yes. This is their card. So I have went from 3 cards, my dad's card, census card, to his mother's card. Now I'm at Joe Hutton, which is Creasy Graham's parents. Look how old he is, 72 years old. On a Freedman roll. So, and you look at when the date of application, 1898. So in 1898, he was 72. So that tells me he was what, 26 years old. And he was from Alabama at the time, came on the Trail of Tears. Okay, y'all, there's a lot of information right there. You've got, if they're on that road, yes.
All this is online or something?
This is on Ancestry. I got all this at Ancestry. But before Ancestry, just like Nika was telling you, microfilm, you had to, hey, your arm got to work out. Okay? So, because I've been doing this for over 40 years. 1983 is when the first time I went to the Creek Nation, tried to get my Indian card. And I'm still fighting. And the counselor who will be here later on, Demario Solomon Simmons, he been there with me half the way. Okay? So
Oh, you say you're still trying to get an Indian card?
listen to me. trying to get.
Wow.
Y'all, I want to show you. I want to show y'all documents. I'm gonna show you something because it's terrible. It's a tragic.
And you blood. Are you serious? Stop it.
I'm glad I said that, but it's a tragic. What I'm with, it's borderline criminal. But hey, I'm just here to show documents, okay? But okay, you got Joe Hutton. Now look at his. This is his real Indian tribal town. I want y'all to see something. You see that word right there? What is that word? Who could say that word? Y'all can't see it. Oh, it's Ketch. That is a Creek word.
That's Creek word.
That's his real tribal town, Ketchapataki. Y'all, I got some. If I got time, I got some stuff to show y'all. Y'all won't believe these documents. But right in here, okay, Nick, you want to research this information right here. Joe Hutton was on line number 1. Dunn Roll is the first roll after the Civil War. You got to know all this stuff. Oh, okay, the Dunn Roll, and it was only in the Creek Nation. It was a man named J.W. Dunn came into the Creek Nation, took a census of everybody in the Creek Nation. You all, the Creek Nation ran from the Cherokee Nation all the way to the Texas Panhandle. That's where the Creek Nation used to run, way over there. But after the Civil War, it was cut. Because some of the Creek Nation they went on the side of the Confederacy. For that, they lost it. They lost some of their land, okay? But all this stuff is documented. So what I did was I went to one of these citizenship applications from way back in 1895. I want to show you what it says, okay? This is the back page. This is his parents, Jim Grayson. He died during the Civil War. Now look how far we've got. From my dad, who had a card, his mother had a citizens. And now Joe Hutton, and it's telling me that Joe Hutton's dad died during the Civil War. See how far back we've gone just in these cards. So follow the information that's on these cards, okay? Okay, next. Bingo, that's what I wanted to get to. This is the testimony of Joe Hutton, okay? It says he is a farmer and a citizen, Creek citizen, belonged to Hillaby Town. You follow the district. He's the father of Joe Grayson Jr., he's sometimes called Joe Hutton. His owner was Nancy Hutton. Grayson Sr. was half-breed, a blood quantum. What's vital right now. But since he's on the Freedman roll, it doesn't indicate his blood quantum. His owner, Grayson's father was a half-breed, half-Indian, half-colored. His mother was a black woman. Her name was Venus. His father's name was Jim Grayson, Indian name Chinny Chop, from Coweta Town, lived at Solomon. Y'all, that's valid. That's in Washington. This right here.
And you still fighting your...
Yeah, this right here. If it doesn't indicate on those cards that you have a blood quantum, you're not gonna get it. You're a Freedman. Okay, that's all it is to it. Okay. Oh, I want to show you something. Go back. It said I want to show y'all something. Go, yeah, right here. No. Go back. Right there. I want to show you guys something. You see at the bottom of this?
Live in Saga?
That place doesn't exist here in Oklahoma anymore. But there was a Sodom here before Oklahoma was a state, though. They later changed it to Pleasantville. The reason it was called Sodom, we've all heard of Sodom and Gomorrah. That place was terrible. Yeah, and it was by Muscogee. It was right by Muscogee. Okay. Now this is actually like 20 pages. I'm just showing you the first paragraph. But you see how this is where Joe Hutton was from, a place called Ketchapataki. All this was Creek Nation right here. And these names they were Creek towns. They were actually Creek towns before you see the towns you got here. You know, Tulsa and No, Tulsa's been there a long time. Okmulgee has always been there. Muscogee has always been there. But these other towns like this, they're gone. You know, it's something else there. All right. This is his where he, it says, are you a citizen? He was trying to get his land he was trying to get his land. We've all heard of 40 acres and a mule. I'm going to show y'all something, okay? And I'm going to do it by documents. It says, what town, are you a citizen of Muscogee Nation? Yes. What town do you belong to? Ketchupataki, hello me. Okay? This man was a full citizen. He's always been Muscogee Creek, always. And it's well documented. That's what I want you all to do. Okay? If you can find someone on that road, see what's out there. See, it's there. I know it is. I know where to look. I know the policies, the procedures, even their tactics. When I say their tactics, I'm talking about the Dawes Commission. I know how they did it. All right? Okay. This is what Joe Hutton testified to. He was from Ketchupataki, Philadelphia. Actual Indian tribal towns, Muscogee Creek Indians. All right? And these were all the other tribal towns. Only Eufaula is still there. Okay. Oh, wait. Let me see. This right here. What tribal? Can you all see that? Tuskegee. What do you think about when you say Tuskegee?
Alabama.
Oh, I got. If we got time, I got something to show you. Okay, y'all hang in there with me. Y'all loosen up, all right? Y'all okay? Okay. For the Creek Nation, it was 3 tribal towns for the Freedmen. It was Arkansas, Canadian, and North Fork. Where is it? Right here. 3 tribal towns. If you were labeled as a freedman, wherever you stayed at, they would put you in the Arkansas tribal town, Canadian, and North Fork. Okay? You know, some people come to me and say, well, they were from Arkansas, not the state of Arkansas. No. That was the tribal towns that were here in the Creek Nation.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Okay. When you put them side by side, okay? On the right side is if you were labeled as freedman, can you all see that? If you were labeled as a freedman in the Creek Nation, you were placed wherever you stayed, whatever you stayed, they placed you in that tribal town. It's documented. If you were on the by blood roll, if you stayed in one of these towns, they put you in your tribal town. You can barely see it right there. Let's say me and this lady was married right here, and she was a full-blood Indian, and I was a freedman. Wherever we stayed at, if we stayed in that Canadian tribal town, they would put me in the Canadian, although we stayed in the same household, but they would place her in the Tuskegee tribal town. Okay? Okay. 40 acres in a mule. Y'all ready for this? Okay. We've all heard of 40 acres in a mule. Okay. And that's actually documented too. This right here was actually given to the Creek Freedmen. Guess how much land they were given? Anybody know? You guys are right. I think this side answered, so they 1-0 so far. So it's all right. I'm gonna let y'all catch up. 160 acres. These acres, this right here, next. This is where my grandfather and this is my great grandfather. This is my grandmother, Creasy Graham. Okay. That's is there 160 acres, which was in McIntosh County. How many of y'all been on Highway 9 going to Eufaula? That's where, if you go further, almost in Eufaula, look to the left, look north, that's where that land was at. Okay? All right. That's another picture of it. Okay. That's my dad's land. Him and his siblings, okay.
They got 40 acres.
No, that's 160 acres each.
Yeah, 40 each.
Each person, each citizen of the Muscogee Creek Nation got 160 acres. If 4 siblings each got 160 acres, that would be a square mile. Okay? Well documented, you all. This is well documented.
Yes.
Okay? And everybody right here, everybody, and the names up here, 160 acres.
Wow. Each one?
Each one got, your ancestors got 160 acres. Each one, Freedman or by blood. Okay? This is my ancestors, Joe Hutton. My grandmother's right here. Okay.
Where is that photograph taken?
Excuse me?
Where was that photograph taken?
You follow. And you follow area.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Joe Hutton?
Right. I have a question.
Yes.
I want to know the people who listed up there actually got their 160 acres, or is it just paper? Other than your family, they actually got it?
We don't have it.
Well, it was divided 4 ways, but we still own the land.
They actually got it.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, they did. And my dad's land was back in Sapulpa area.
We only got it because they flooded the Black Town in Bayan, Oklahoma.
I know where that is.
Okay. Well, Joe Hutton is one of the ones that was in one of the black towns. It's highlighted right here. Okay, next.
Go ahead.
Yes, Huttonville. Yeah. The only thing in Huttonville right now is the cemetery, church, a few houses there, but some of the people are there also. It's called Huttonville. We still call it Huttonville. But this is that part of the black towns right here. The ones in red is still existing.
Redbird.
All the others for our town.
Okay.
Wow.
These are the tribal towns in the Creek Nation. You got the tribal towns in English, then you have them in Creek. And these were the tribal towns that were for the Freedmen right there. Yeah. Okay, you all, this is important. There's a parade in Okmulgee next Saturday. If you all didn't do anything, we're gonna march in the parade, the Muscogee Creek Freedmen. Creek Freedmen is from 10 to like 11, but we line up at 9. If you guys wanna just come out there and march in that parade with us, you're more than welcome. Tell folks about it. We try to get as many supporters of them for the Muscogee Creek Freedmen, okay? Okay. Then there's a court case. This court case is significant as the Greenwood court case that just was ruled on.
Yes.
That's what this is in the Creek Nation for the Creek Freedmen to get our citizenship. All right. So July the 26th, if you're not doing anything at 10 o'clock, be at the Creek Nation Mound. It's on the Creek Nation. Come and support us. Okay, you all? Okay.
Is that their court?
Excuse me?
Is that their court?
Yes.
Their mound.
Yeah, it's at their court at the Creek Nation Mound building.
So once it goes to that court, then it'll go on to the Supreme Court? Or will it-
No, it's at the Creek Nation Supreme Court. They got their own court system. Judicial court?
Once they rule there, where it can appeal, if you have to
Yes.
appeal.
Yes, you can appeal. You can always appeal until you get to the Supreme Court, to the big Supreme Court in DC. So,
Okay, Brian?
yes.
Before when it came to Okmulgee, we had to stay out in the cold. And you're saying July 26th is gonna be hot enough to sing here. Are they gonna have some accommodations for us?
Yes.
I'll have some-
This will be at the big auditorium,
Good.
not that small courtroom.
Okay. Big
Big.
auditorium.
Big auditorium. So, you'll get in.
I'll see you before the
Right.
time.
Oh, yes,
You've got the margins again.
excuse me?
You got the margins again.
Oh, okay.
She mentioned you over there, and she's like, I know Ron.
Excellent. Okay, this is one of the rulings, you all. I wanted to point this out. In this ruling, it said, we already won in the judicial court of the Creek Nation. It says clear language of Article 2, clear language of Article 2 of the Treaty of 1866. This is how we won that case. And that's why I wanted you all to see the equivalent to the, it's in this right here, this handout. I wanted you all to see that law is in effect. The 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment is still in effect. And the United States have never said, okay, we're going to take the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment away from you guys. That would strip us as African Americans from our citizenship. Well, that is what the Creek Nation have done to the Creek Freedmen. All right? So we need all the support that we can get. Just come on out there. Next week, we're going to march the parades from 10 to 11, and we line up at 9. But then the July the 26th, folks, come if you can. Tell people about it, all right? Okay. That is one of the handouts I gave you, which one law is the Creek Freedman, the other law is a U.S. citizen. Did you know, my dad was born a Creek Freedman. He wasn't even born a citizen of the United States. Wasn't born a citizen of it because at that time, you're going to be one. You're going to be citizen of the tribes or citizen of the United States. Okay? Now you can have dual citizenship. All right?
Ryan, real quick, where we lining that right there?
It's on 6th Street.
6th Street?
It's on
Okay.
like 6th and go to 6th Street
Okay, how much time we got?
and just go down to 6th Street. You'll see us lining up.
I'll find you from Wood Drive.
3
It's on 6th Street, Council. 6th Street. Oh, yeah. How you doing? All right. Yeah.
About 3 minutes.
3 minutes? Okay, what we got next? Who we got?
I guess she's taking.
Oh, that's okay. Is there any questions or concerns? Any questions?
How would we meet with you one-on-one and for you to help us get on the road?
I got my card right in my pocket. And I'm gonna leave it right. Oh, yes, yes. Tuesday and Thursday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Talk to you next week.
Want to do right here?
Okay, wherever you want to sit.
Where you can see the board.
Wherever you want to sit. Is there any other,
Anyone over here want to purchase the map?
Oh, no, I don't play.
Okay, where's the map?
Right here.
oh, that's right, yeah, you-
No, I need one. I need two.
Oh, well, Lord, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
And you all, if you all want to call me on Tuesday. Yes. All right, folks, thank you for everything.
So thank you again. If we can give Ron a big round of applause. Okay, so now we will be breaking for lunch. If you signed up for the lunch and learn, you need to head back to the registration table to get your wristband. If you did not sign up for the lunch and learn, there is a documentary screening you can watch. There's also lunch outside in the courtyard. They're having free tacos out there as well. And then the interactive sessions will start again at 1 o'clock.
Oh, I didn't know you had to sign up for lunch.
No, you're good.